Okay, so we're gonna be making a chicken meal. It's chicken and potatoes, Cuban style. I am Cuban, and I do love cooking Cuban food. To me, it's the best. It's a lot like Puerto Rican food. So I love Puerto Rican food too. I love food, period. I love to eat. So remember, we leave the root on the onion. That is what's going to make it to where you don't cry as much, and it's going to hold your onion together. Chop it. And I chop it like so. I like making it really fine. And I'm going to go ahead and get my stove going. And I got oil here, olive oil, we're going to put in here. We're not going to put a lot of oil because the chicken is going to, it's got its own juices, and we're actually going to add some liquid to this. Waiting for that to warm up. I'm going to put my onion in there. And this time I'm not gonna put the garlic in my mortar and pestle. I'm actually gonna just chop it up with the knife. See the little root? It holds everything together. And I have my potatoes here that I already peeled, and I'm just gonna, we're gonna cut these not very small, okay, in good sized pieces, because these potatoes will literally disintegrate in the cooking process. So we cut them in half, and then in half again, and maybe in half again. If they're big potatoes, then we cut them, like, see, this one's real small. We're just gonna cut this one in half, and then in half again. Get our onion going. And now we're gonna do the garlic. We're gonna use a good amount of garlic. Garlic is very, very healthy. It's very good for you. It's a natural antibiotic from what I read. I'm sorry about the lighting in here. We're going to cut the end off the garlic. So that'll make it really a lot easier to peel. Some of these pieces are small, so that's why I got one good big piece and then one medium piece and 3 small pieces, so it's fine. We're going to give it a good whack. And then we're going to peel these. They come right off the peel when you whack them like that. Alright. When you don't take the root off the onion like I showed you, it's so much easier on the eye. Alright, so we're going to chop this. And I don't like putting the garlic in there with the onion right away, because I actually want the onion to be a little translucent before I put the garlic in there. Because garlic will burn a lot quicker than the onion will. So we're going to give it a rough chop. Because as it cooks, it's going to disintegrate anyway. So just give it a rough chop like so. And then pop it in there. We're going to put our potatoes in last while this cooks. Oh my God, it smells so good. Okay, and we're going to use onion powder and garlic powder in there anyway. So I have this chicken. This is leg quarters, and they have no bone or skin. So we're gonna pop them in there. Alright, so just gonna pop them in there and let them simmer for a few minutes because I want to a little bit. And I'll show you what this looks like. See that? The onion and garlic and everything is in there. And a lot of times I will use bell peppers. I just don't have any right now. Alright, so I'm going to be using Lawry's seasoned salt. I like taking the little strainer thing off. We're going to use about a tablespoon of the Lawry's seasoned salt. And I put the little thing back on because if somebody else comes after me and they decide to just sprinkle it, that might have a little surprise. We're going to use oregano. I love oregano in food. It gives it such a good flavor. I would say that's about a half a teaspoon. I'm going to use this little Sazon Tropical. These are awesome. They give a lot of flavor. And you can't cook Cuban food without using these little packets. It's just the way it is. That goes in there. And I'm also going to use I'm looking for my bay leaves. We're going to put bay there, a whole bay leaf. We're going to actually put like 3 of them. They look like this and they give such a good flavor. If you take these out at the end, you don't eat these. But they really do give a good flavor. You just pop them in there. You'll have to excuse my lighting. I'm still working on getting my videos done. But we'll have it soon enough. Okay, so we're going to be using beer to make this. Any beer will do. You don't have to have any specific beer. And you're just going to pour it. The alcohol is going to evaporate out anyway. But it's going to give you that flavor. I'll show you what this looks like. Starting to get all coated. You can turn your chicken. This is all going to cook together, and at the end it's going to have this amazing sauce. This sauce you can use over rice, over potatoes, whatever you want to use it for. So I'm going to pop in these potatoes that I have. And I'm going to continue. I have about 8 potatoes. This is a pretty good sized potato, so I'm just going to cut it into pretty good chunks. I hope you try these recipes. I mean, make them your own. I don't really follow a recipe per se. It's whatever you like. You know, you want to get the gist of it down, but it's whatever you like. If you like potatoes, you put a lot of potato in. If you don't like potatoes, you can use other vegetables. Some people might want to put carrots in here. I don't like carrots, so I'm not putting them in. So I'm actually going to move this now. So that you can see. Okay. I'm going to add tomatoes. I'm just going to put a can of tomato sauce in there. And this is like an 1/8 can. gonna pop that in. This is a lot easier to open than the chicken broth from the other night. Just pour it right in there. And then I'll take this same measure and I'll add water. And then you kind of mix everything up. And you let it cook. There you go. I'm gonna taste it to make sure it's seasoned properly. Make sure it doesn't need any more salt. Oh, that's good. That is so good. The beer gives it such a good flavor. And it doesn't taste like it needs any more seasoning. I'm trying to not cook with a lot of salt. Alright, so we're just going to pop a lid on here. And let it cook. Now this, I would say to let this cook for a good 30 minutes or so. You know, let it simmer, and you want to cover it up, let it simmer. And I'll show you the end result. I wanted to show you how this is coming along. The chicken is cooking nicely, and so is the potato. See how that's coming along? It's on medium high because I want to make sure that it's nice and bubbling. That simmers really, really well. Once the chicken is more cooked, I will bring down the temperature just a little bit. This is the potatoes and the chicken when it's all said and done, when it's all cooked. And I made some just plain white rice. And this is my favorite way of eating this. So I will take some chicken. I'll take a piece of chicken. And like I say, this doesn't have any bones in it. And some of the potato. Oops, sorry about that. And some of the juice. And just pour it over the rice. And this, my friends, is heaven. It's so good. Tender. You gotta try this. I mean, it's delicious. It's easy. Just try it. I hope your family enjoys it. See you next time.